Hump day to everyone out there. Meteorologist Landon Hampton with you to bring you this morning's Whether or Not Bowling Green weather update. Now we're going to be looking at absolutely beautiful conditions both today and as we get into our Thursday. Maybe some rain showers, perhaps a few rumbles of thunder by the time we get into the final day of the work week. But eyes continue to be on this weekend with that possibility of some snowfall rearing its ugly head right here over south central Kentucky. Overlooking the white squirrel weather cam very early on this Wednesday morning. We are underneath crystal clear skies, not expecting much to be going on, all thanks to an area of high pressure rolling in here from our south and west. Looking at temperatures, it's a chilly start out there, so you're going to want to layer up the kiddos for the bus stop, layer yourself up if you're heading out for the morning commute. We are located between the mid-30s up to around the lower 40s across our region early this morning. Now looking at those wind speeds, they remain out of the south between 5 and 10 miles an hour. Those winds are going to kick up once again as we continue to progress throughout today. Talking about gusts this afternoon between 15 to 25, perhaps even creeping upon 30 miles an hour in a few isolated instances. Looking at the current surface setup, we have this area of high pressure firmly in place across the deep south. It's going to be churning in those winds out of the south and west throughout today, and then as we get into our Thursday, before today, you can tell with that area of high pressure there, we're only expecting a whole lot of sunshine in our forecast. And then once the high kicks off to our east, a little bit more deeper moisture is going to be filtering in here. That's going to result in an increase in cloud cover once we get into our Thursday. But then after we get past that, things get a little bit complicated. So we have this area of high pressure that's going to be rolling off to the east. And then as we get into our Thursday, return flow, as I previously mentioned, keeps the southerly winds in place. And then as we get into our Thursday night and Friday, we're going to have this weak cold front roll through, and then that's going to turn our winds out of the north. That's very important because that's going to be setting the stage for a colder air mass to infiltrate our vicinity out of the north. Okay, so we're going to be looking at scattered showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder coming along with that. Then as we get into Saturday, this area of low pressure dives well down to our south. That's going to be bringing that northern fringe of the precipitation shield across our vicinity. And yes, currently guidance has continued to suggest that our temperatures will be at or below 32 degrees as we get late into our Saturday through the early part of our Sunday. So that's kind of what we're keeping our eye on and keeping our focus on at this current point in time. Looking at the upper levels of the atmosphere at the 500 millibar level, we're talking about around 18,000 feet, 20,000 feet above our heads. We're going to have not too much going on. We're going to stay zonal flow aloft. That's basically west to east flow right across our region. But then as we get a little bit later into our Thursday night, into our Friday, we got this cold front that's going to come through here, and then that's going to be setting the stage for that surface low to dive down well to our south as we get into our Saturday and our Sunday. You can see the trough digging down in there, bringing much colder temperatures across our region, cold enough to support the possibility of some winter weather shenanigans. Here's a look at the GFS precipitation model. High pressure to our south today, then that'll roll off. Then as we get into our Thursday, here comes the weak cold front working south and east over the region. Some scattered rain showers, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder or two. Then as we get into our Saturday with that low pulling off well to our south, you can see here it's bringing the thickest band of snow across northern Tennessee now, southern Kentucky. Friends, we still can't give you any details on this. These models are relative. They come in run by run. There's been some slight shifts within the guidance, but we are still not confident enough to nail down if we're going to be getting any sort of precipitation. I will say it continues to look a little bit more favorable as we continue to get closer to time, but there are still lots and lots of questions out there, that's to say the least. Here's a look at the WPC winter weather experimental outlook. Okay, so right now it's putting a 30% swath of seeing some accumulating snow on the ground right across the northern tier of the region, including northern Warren County and into Butler County, with a 10% on either side north of the Ohio River and closer along the Tennessee and Kentucky border. So take that with a grain of salt. Again, it's an experimental model, but again, we're going to continue to keep an eye on this and see what it lays out there. But as of right now, a 30% probability of seeing some snow on the ground between 6 a.m. Saturday and 6 a.m. Sunday. Right now, the best time frame for that will be late Saturday into Saturday night and into early Sunday morning. Here's a look at your next 5 days, courtesy of Cheetah Clean Auto Wash. Beautiful both today and Thursday, with afternoon highs ranging between the upper 60s and lower 70s. Then as we get into our Thursday night, 60% chance of those showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm moving through here. Then decreasing clouds throughout our Friday. We'll catch a brief break, but then as we get into our Saturday, looking like a wintry mix chance, some showers. If it pulls further north, maybe a rumble of thunder or two. And then Saturday night, a scattered wintry mix over to all snow if it holds the track. Overnight lows Saturday night dipping down to the mid-20s, with highs on Sunday only making it to the lower 40s. Now, if we were to get some kind of snowpack on the ground, it'll definitely be colder than that on Sunday afternoon. So that's going to wrap up this Wednesday morning edition of the Whether or Not Bowling Green video update. As you can see, lots happening, lots going on. Make for sure that you get out and enjoy that beautiful weather today and Thursday before rain chances arrive early Friday. And then we look at that possibility of Mother Nature playing its sick games with us and bringing a bit of winter precipitation this weekend. You all have a fantastic Wednesday.